So, performance management. What I'm going to talk about is an iceberg. Now, I'm not going to talk about the iceberg that you might think about, what's below the surface, what's above the surface, and all of that stuff. My friend is going to Antarctica, and guess how cold it is in Antarctica? Any guesses? How cold is it? Anyone? Minus 60, right? That's how cold it is in Antarctica. Yeah, I didn't know it. I don't know. Is it Celsius? Is it Fahrenheit? I'm from Austria. I would think it's Celsius, but it really doesn't matter because at that time it's pretty damn cold, right? So what does it have to do with performance management? So we've just done a large-based performance management study of over 1,000 organizations where we looked at what performance management looks like today and what's driving outcomes. And what we saw there is that people really do not like this process. And now that's not surprising, right? Just like it's not surprising that it's cold in Antarctica, but guess how much people dislike performance management?
Minus 60.
Minus 60. That's right, minus 60. Net promoter score for performance management, minus 60. And that's pretty bad. That's pretty shocking, right? So that's 4 times as bad as the previous lowest that we've seen in total rewards, where we always said, oh, it's really bad because minus 15 for the rewards practices. Now that's 4 times as bad. So it's really, really bad. And if you look at it and you think, maybe it's just different in specific industries, specific geographies, specific size of company, doesn't matter. People still hate it. So we've done redesigning, reinventing, reimagining, whatever, still very much not good, right? Very, very bad. And so what have organizations done then? They have tried to get rid of ratings, right? Let's kill the ratings, let's kill the reviews, right? 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, a few years ago, started with Adobe and then others followed with ditching and we're killing and we're eliminating and all that stuff. Guess what the impact is? Guess what happens? Not much. Minus 50. So getting rid of the ratings, not that great, right? I mean, it's a little bit better, but quite frankly, it's awful. So minus 50 is the net promoter score for rating-less performance management approaches. So getting rid of ratings, getting rid of reviews wasn't really it either. And it makes sense, right? Because if you think about how we manage performance, it's kind of this cold climate too, so that's why we have this picture here on something that's really cold. And when it's that cold, you can hunker down, you can try to protect yourself because we have these rigid processes, these structures, the redefining structures, rating models, feedback mechanisms, all that like top-down stuff. And what happens there is people try to avoid risk, right? Because you try to avoid risk, if you take a risk, you make a mistake, could cost you your promotion, could cost you your bonus, could cost you your job. HR tries to avoid risk too, right? If people are like suing the organization, so it's all about risk mitigation. That's not very freeing, it's not very fostering innovation or anything like that. So risk mitigation, not a really good environment. The whole discussion around ratings, no ratings, that was like the thing, right, for a few years. Like, to get rid of ratings, bring them back, what's about the ratings, what the benefits, not the benefits, really was not the thing, although we spent a lot of time and effort on that. Command and control, so that was the role of the manager, and still is, by the way. So 70% of these organizations that we looked at are still in that state, 70%. Command and control, managers controlling it, managers driving for, like, beating people into submission to make sure that they get the results, right? So you get that, you get that. And automation, so automation technology we used was mostly to track, right? So HR knows who's done that stuff, who has put the forms in, who has done the ratings, who has done the goals. Not really a lot of value added, because if you want to learn something, I don't know about you, but last time I learned something, I didn't learn from putting something into a development plan, right? It didn't help me learn anything. So what do organizations do to change that? And there's really only a few organizations that have shifted things on its head. What they have done is, now you see the beautiful, sunny, warm picture, right? So people freed up, people can perform. What they have done, we found there's really 4 things that make a difference. There are 4 practices, 4 factors that made a difference. The first one is, why you do performance management in the first place. What do you focus on? Are you focusing on a rating? Are you focusing backward? Or are you focusing on helping people develop and grow? And we found that just a few years ago was all about most organizations were doing performance management for having a rating so you know who to promote, you know who to, how to compensate people, those kind of things. Now the power dynamics have shifted. Their workforce has much more power, and with that comes their demand that you, organization, need to actually do this thing to help me get better at my job, to help me grow, to help me have the career that I need to have. So we saw this big shift towards focusing on growth and progress. The second one was around individuals and teams. So it's this shift from top down to bottom up. It's no longer about the manager driving for things. It's about individuals and teams working together to do their best work to get better. And feedback, for example, very important, but no more just the manager feedback, more and more so feedback from anybody, from your peers, from your colleagues, from your customers, from your co-workers, and action, taking action in the flow of work, so helping each other work better, learning from each other and with each other. So that's about unleashing individuals and teams. Next one was around leadership. So leaders are still important, but they play a different role. They play a human-centered, enabling, supporting role, not the driver in beating people into submission role that I talked about, but the role to help people have the environment where they can grow, where they can have the opportunities they need to learn from each other and do their best work. And then automation. Automation for these organizations that do performance management best is done in the flow of work. And what that means is not leaving your work systems at all to do any of these things, setting goals, giving feedback, getting your performance metrics in, but doing all these things in the tools, in the systems where you do your actual work, whether it's sales management system, marketing tools, email, collaboration tools, Slack, project management, any of these kind of tools, doing those things right from there. Those were the technologies that mattered, that made a difference. And so what happens when all of this occurs? Pretty amazing. So you get much better results on all of these metrics. So leaders are being developed much more. The organization and individuals can take risks. The ability to manage change and to innovate. All of these are very important capabilities in the future of work because they help the organization be change adaptable and people to do their best work. And the bottom line about this is really no longer about managing performance, but about enabling performance in the flow of work.